Okay, good morning. I've got Lieutenant Nyberg with an update on the homicide.
Good morning. My name is Aaron Nyberg, Nyberg. I'm a lieutenant, and I work in the Crimes Against Persons section here. Like Sam said, I'm here to give you an update on the homicide arrest that was made yesterday. So that arrest started with a call that officers responded to on Monday, the 28th, at about 18:25. Sioux Falls Police Department was sent to what was originally classified as an unknown problem in the 5300 block of South Anthony Avenue in Sioux Falls, which is in Lincoln County. When officers arrived, they discovered a female deceased in the residence, and an investigation into the unattended death was started. During the investigation, the victim in this case was identified as Angela. It's Angela, Dawn, Dawn, Ledbetter, and that's Ledbetter. Angela is a 44-year-old Sioux Falls resident. Further into the investigation, an autopsy was completed, and the Lincoln County coroner ruled the manner of death as a homicide caused by manual strangulation. During the investigation, detectives were able to establish probable cause that led to the arrest of Jimmy David Ledbetter Jr., who is a 55-year-old Sioux Falls resident. Mr. Ledbetter was lodged at the Minnehaha County Jail for alternating counts of murder in the first degree and murder in the second degree, and he will make a court appearance today in Lincoln County. Does anybody have any questions for me?
The relation between the two are?
They were married.
Married? Okay. Yeah. And then in the court documents it said, what is the role like surveillance cameras played? And it said that there was a suspect and the victim inside surveillance could hear noises coming from the house. Can you talk about that?
I don't know that I can get into any more specifics than what's in the affidavit, but officers use tools like surveillance cameras and other things to help establish timelines and things like that. They also, probably our most helpful thing is the people of Sioux Falls. I mean, we get the most information by talking to people. So while we do use those tools like surveillance cameras, talking to people is usually how we make hay. So,
is the department aware of a GoFundMe account that was set up by the suspect, the defendant, in his name?
Yeah, I believe there are GoFundMe accounts that have been set up.
Is there any concern from like a criminal aspect?
Those will be things that will be looked at. I would just, people should always, I guess, use caution when they're going to be donating any money to somebody online, and maybe know as much as you can about the situation before you send money to somebody. That's probably a good rule of thumb in all cases.
Are you able to share a possible motive?
I don't know that I can get any further into the details that are already in the affidavit, but other than relationship at this point.
You determined that the cause of death was strangulation. Was that by hands? Was it
manual strangulation, which would suggest not a tool then.
Is there any relation to Tony Ledbetter?
I believe Tony is a brother to Jimmy.
And then from your information, have there been any prior calls to this residence?
There have been some prior calls, and again, at this point, I probably can't get into the specifics of criminal history on the people involved.
Can you say what the calls were related to?
I can't get into specifics on their criminal history at this point, so. All right. I'll give it back to Sam. Thanks, Sam. Thank you.
Okay, we'll not. Well, I guess we'll just kind of jump into it. Probably the big thing that I have on the log are there's quite a few robberies that happened No arrests on any of those. There were, basically people were threatened with different objects. The first one, Thursday morning, that was around 10 a.m. That was a guy that was threatened with a gun, had his cell phone taken. He gave actually quite a few different conflicting stories, so we're still working to sort that one out. The next one was Thursday around 3 a.m. That was a guy that was inside his apartment. He said the suspect came in, somebody he knows, hit him with a baseball bat and ended up taking wallet, cash, and some tools. No arrests on that, but we've got information to follow up on. We had Friday morning about 1:15 a.m. That was a woman that was in a car with 3 other people. I guess acquaintances is probably a good way to describe that. They threatened her with a gun and took her purse. And then the last one was around 3:30 a.m. That was a parked car that was left running. The driver left to go into a home and talk to somebody. There was a passenger that was left in the vehicle. Once the driver left, there were 3 people that came up, threatened the passenger with a gun, and then they took the car. So no injuries on that one. No arrests have been made. That's pretty much it. A couple of sex offenses, both of those are reports, no arrests. Everything else is reports. Anything else for me?